David Gator with Dominik Givens of Team Givens here at the 2013 draft. Dom, after a very successful freshman season, voted as a captain. What were your thoughts when the coaches told you that you were going to be one of the guys to lead us in the 2013 season?
I was actually kind of, shocked and surprised that I had the opportunity to, lead the team. Even from coming from, where I came from and how our season went, and to be a leader on this team, to help the team get better, I was happy about it, and I'm glad to take the opportunity.
Good. It's very well deserved too, by the way.
6 years ago, October 14, 2013, I had to get surgery on my ruptured Achilles, my left Achilles, that I ruptured on October 5th, 2013. Make a long story short, I was asked to play slot receiver this game. We was going to Olivet College, the school I attended. We were going up against Alma College on that day, and I was asked to play slot receiver because the slot receiver that we had that was starting, he got into some trouble, and they asked me to fill that void. They moved me over from tight end to play slot receiver this game. And our backup tight end, my roommate Trevor Wyman, was starting at tight end that game. And during that game, everything was going pretty good. Different kind of scenery for me, different plays, and just different vibe the whole game. But everything was rolling good. We were winning, and second quarter come, we were under 2 minutes to go, and we're trying to move the ball to get downfield to score. And during that time, I was asked to run a 5-yard out route. I caught it for about 7 yards and ran out of bounds to stop the clock. And then I was asked to run a hitch route. And 2 plays later, I ran that hitch route, and I tried to make a move on the linebacker to juke him out. And I felt something vibrating up my left leg, starting from the bottom of my heel. And I was like, man, what's going on? I tried to get back up and go back in the huddle, but I felt like I knew I couldn't run. It's like something was iffy about the situation. So I fell down. I called my trainer to come check on me, who was Ryan Shockey at the time. And he texted me out on the sideline and he said, sorry to give you the news, but you ruptured your left Achilles. And make a long story short, we talked about it in office, and I went back and forth, up and down the athletic department facility, trying to figure out how I'm going to get surgery. I called my father. We cried on the phone. We prayed and prayed and prayed. My wife came up to Olivet to visit me and comfort me and be there for me during this tough time of my life. I literally felt like I was at the bottom. I was lifeless, like spiritually, emotionally, strength. I was so weak mentally. I was in a dark place in my mind. I wanted to just give up on everything, football, college, not give up on life, but just give up on different promises that I had seen, like the visions that I had for myself, my future. I wanted to give up on my future because I feel like it was over. But anyway, we prayed and prayed and prayed. Eventually, I talked to my athletic trainer, Ryan Shockey at the time, one more time, and we was able to work things out with Olivet College, and eventually God turned things around. My mom and dad, my dad had just got laid off. My mom wasn't working, so I had no insurance to cover my bills, to cover my surgery and things like that. And God made a way. God made a way to work things out. God made a way for me to have surgery and for it to be paid for through Olivet College and through the college I attended. And I want to thank God. I thank God for Ryan Shockey for believing in me and for actually trying to work things out for me and not see me suffer, because he could have left me aside and let me suffer because it was nothing that he really could do. It wasn't his fault my dad got laid off. It wasn't his fault my mom was working. But Ryan Shockey made a way, and he fought for me to have surgery so I could get back on the field. Ryan Shockey, he believed in me. My coaches, Coach Wyman, Coach Pfeiffer at the time, they believed in me. And my teammates, they believed in me. They kept encouraging me. They kept pushing me. My family, my wife, they believed in me. And they kept uplifting me and keeping my head up and letting me know that everything was going to be all right. That God got your back. And anyway, I got surgery done on this day, October 14, 2013. And I was 19. I turned 19 on that day. I spent my whole birthday on this day at Michigan State University Hospital with Dr. Swarfire. I will never forget his name. His name was Dr. Swarfire. He did all my MRI testing. He did all my checkup appointments, and he was the leader of the he was the leader doing the surgery with all the other surgeons that was in there doing the procedure on my left Achilles. I will never forget his name, but he was a good guy, and he also believed in me and let me know that thing was going to be all right. But anyway, without this injury, I wouldn't have had the connection I have right now with God. God had to humble me down. I felt like, we all go through things in life, and we feel like, God hate us, or God don't love us, or God causing bad things to happen, but sometimes when God do things in our life, it's for our good, it's for the better, and this surgery right here, I blame God. I was mad at God for a while. I said, God, why you do this to me? Why this, God? I thought you, wanted high hopes for me, God, like, why? But I'm happy that God allowed this to happen, because if it had not been for this injury, I wouldn't have had the connection I have right now with God. When this injury happened, I was humbled. God had to humble me down, and all I could do was look up. He was the only man I could depend on. He's the only man that I could call on, and I felt like God also did this to get my attention, because my attention was on other things. My head was big. I was cocky. I felt like I was the man. I felt like I was the best player on the team. I felt like I was invincible. I felt like I was unstoppable. I felt like I was just so, into myself and not into who I was supposed to be with, and that was God. And God humbled me down. And because of that, I thank him for that, because I love God so much. I love him so much because of this injury. He came through for me, and he just made a way out of no way. I thought it was impossible for me to have surgery because, like I said, my mom and dad, they weren't working. I had no insurance to cover me. But God, he was my insurance. He was my provider. He was my way maker. He was everything that I needed at that time. He was my comforter. He was my strength. He was my power. He was everything I needed him to be. And since this injury, my relationship with God is stronger every year. Every day, my relationship with God gets stronger and stronger. Yes, I have my ups and downs. Yes, I've had some tough times where I kind of fell off a little bit. But God always finds a way to get my attention, and God always finds a way to bring me back closer to him. And when I get back closer to him, our relationship gets stronger and stronger and stronger every time. So I want to just encourage every one of you. We all have scars in our life. My scar that I see every morning when I wash up, when I wash my feet, I see my Achilles. And when I see my scar, I think about how good God was to me. I think about how our connection and our bond has got stronger. I think about when I had no money, when my mom and dad didn't have this and have that, how God provided for me and made a way. So whenever I go through things in life where it's tough, where I feel like I can't do it on my own, where I feel like it's impossible, I just think about my Achilles. I just look at my scar and be like, God, if you did it then, you can do it now. If you did it then, you can do it forever. If you did it then, you can do it for eternity. So I encourage every one of you, no matter what you go through in life, no matter what scar you have, use the opportunity to gain connection with God. Use the opportunity to build a stronger bond with God, because God does things to get our attention. God does things to humble us down, because so he can exalt us. A lot of times we try to exalt ourselves. We try to depend on man or a woman or your boss or your parents or somebody that have a higher up position to exalt you. But really, you should want God to exalt you. You should really want God to uplift you and rise you above all the hate, rise you above all your enemies, rise you above all the obstacles that you face every day. You should want God to do that for you. So whatever scar that you're going through right now, you can make it through that. Don't go backwards. Don't do harmful things to other people, or try to hurt other people because you hurt. Use the opportunity, or whatever scar you have, use the opportunity to build a better connection and a stronger bond with God, because God will help you along the way with the scars that you deal with. God will help you along the way to get through whatever you're going through right now on this day. All the scars that you have, that's behind you. All the scars that you face, if you're healed, it's a reminder of how good God was. The scars you face, it's a healed truth. It's a healed truth that we all have to go through. I always want to give a shout out to Jasmine McBride, rest in peace to her soul. But she also helped me along the way. I seen a text on Facebook from her that she sent 6 years ago that she was hoping that if my surgery went well, she was hoping that everything was all right. And she also told me that God have my back, and God is going to heal me, and I'm going to do great things. And it's crazy because she was going through stuff on her own self. She had illness, ill problems on her own. But she found a way, and she found strength to encourage me during her illness and her scars that she was dealing with. She found courage to help me out, to uplift me. So I encourage everybody to do that with everybody else. If you're going through something, if you see somebody who's going through something, encourage them too. Just because you hurt don't mean to hide yourself and keep your walls closed or keep your doors open to encourage somebody else that may be hurt. Because all of us here, we family. All of us here, we are brotherly. We are made under God's image. All of us was created by God, and He's our Heavenly Father. No matter the color, race, ethnic group, culture, whatever you are, we all have one Father, and our Father can help us through our scars. So, thank you for all the birthday wishes, and hopefully everybody just stay strong, be confident in yourself, keep God first, and like I said, the scars we face is to make us stronger, not weaker. All right, have a blessed day.